Hey garden friends, happy Monday. It is time for Plant of the Day. Each day of the week we feature a different plant at 30% off. On Mondays you can purchase as many as you want for that great discount. We have annuals, perennials, and shrubs. Another top seller this week, super excited. We make it super easy for you to shop all of the plants that I'm going to be talking about today. Right in the description of our video down below, there's links that will take you right to the product page. And while you're down there, if you don't mind giving us a like and subscribe, we will love you forever. So excited to show you what we've got this week. Let's go check them out. Our first plant of the day is the Supertunia Vista Jazzberry. I am in love with this plant. So as you can see here, we've got some planted in the landscape. They are going to take up so much space. These ones here in the front are going to be spilling over by July. This is a really great, vigorous grower, and you cannot beat this amazing color. What I love about the color is that you can go lots of different directions with it. Like you can plant it with some pastels to soften it a bit, or get crazy and get like this tropical vibe with some oranges and yellows and whites. It just really, really goes with all your different favorite color palettes, and it grows so great. It actually stays pretty dense, I would say, for a Vista, covered in these amazing blooms. Super easy to grow. It's a Supertunia. You can't beat them. You want to plant in part to full sun, and you want to make sure that you're watering consistently and fertilizing consistently. They are heavy feeders, and you're going to be wowed if you continue on that process with fertilizing. I do at least once a week. That's the best I can do. So if you can do that, you'll be set up for success. These beauties also grow great in containers. They spill over the edge. They take up a lot of space. They fill up to 3 feet of space. So they're a really good bang for your buck. And guys, come on, that color is stunning. Supertunia Vista Jazzberry. Next up, we have the Rockapulco Tropical Shades. These are stunning double impatiens. I absolutely love the pop of color that it brings to your shady gardens. It has this beautiful peachy, orangey, corally color, and with these double blooms that look like little rose buds. And this one's a little bit younger, as you can see, but there's a ton of buds on this plant. It covers, and they're really striking because of the double blooms. So they're impatient, so you want to make sure you're planting in part to full shade, but it's a great way to add that pop of color in our shady spots. Shade is hard to get that color, so these impatiens are gorgeous. They're going to fill in quite nice. They get about 1 foot tall to almost 2 feet wide, so they fill in really nice in the landscape. Also work great in containers. Super easy to grow and care for. I will mention though, you want to try and keep the soil a little bit more moist than you would. You can't really let these guys dry out. You'll know when they do because they get pretty floppy. You don't have to deadhead these. You can trim them if you like to for a tidier look. Just a really beautiful plant that's going to add so much color to your shade gardens. Rockapulco Tropical Shades. Next up, we have Prairie Winds Niagara Falls Switchgrass. This is a stunning grass with this beautiful blue color. It has really wide foliage as well, so it's really nice, tidy. It's just a great looking perennial. You want to make sure you're planting this guy in full sun. It grows about 4 feet tall and 4 feet wide, and it's hardy in zones 4 through 9. And the beautiful thing about Niagara Falls is, one, it adds the most amazing movement and texture in your gardens. When the wind blows, so does this beautiful grass. And then as it continues to age and mature as the season goes on, you'll get these beautiful creamy seed heads on the top. So it's a stunning grass. It stays nice and tidy. It's a really good, attractive clump of grass. It's great for borders, it's great in the backdrop, and it really, you cannot beat just the beauty of the movement in your garden. Prairie Winds Niagara Falls. Next up, we have the Bobblehead Ornamental Onion. So if you are a knower and a lover of the Serendipity Allium, which is planted right here, this is a bigger version. So it grows about 2.5 feet tall and about 2 feet wide. The blooms are a little bit different, but they're a bit bigger. Those amazing globe-shaped blooms that will pop up at the top of the plant, they're a bit more lilac than they are the real true purple like the Serendipity, but it's just as tough, just as stunning. And allium really does add this amazing like focal point to your garden because you cannot beat those globe-shaped blooms. You want to make sure you're planting in full sun, and this is hardy in zones 4 through 8. Lots of options here. As you can see, it looks great in a mass planting as a border. And actually, this is one of those plants that when you're driving down the street, you'll notice. So if you have space in your front yard, 10 out of 10. Bobblehead ornamental onion. Next up, we have the Bobo panicle hydrangea. If you love panicle hydrangeas, but you don't have a lot of space, Bobo is a great option. It's still going to give you those amazing football-like blooms. They start off this beautiful white, and as the season fades, they turn into this really lovely pink shade, but they really stay nice and compact. It's a dwarf variety of the panicle hydrangea. It only grows about 2.5 to 3 feet tall and wide at maturity, so you can tuck these nicely into the landscape. They also grow really great in containers. So if you're running out of room in the yard and you just want to have a panicle hydrangea, you can pop it in a pot. These guys are hardy in zones 3 through 8. They'll give you everything you know and love about a panicle hydrangea. I am a firm believer that they are the easiest hydrangea to grow and care for because they bloom on new wood. So you can prune these guys as much as you want and it's not going to impact future blooms. Super easy to grow, plant in park to full sun. You will love it, Bobo hydrangea. Next up, we have the Bloomerang dark purple reblooming lilac. This is a stunning, stunning lilac bush. It stays nice and tidy, and you cannot beat a lilac that reblooms. So you'll start off with that sweet, amazing spring-like fragrance, mid-spring to late spring. It'll take a brief rest, and then it's gonna bring you that amazing fragrance back mid to late summer. The second flush, I will say, won't have as many blooms as the first in the spring, but it still happens and it's magnificent. These guys grow 4 to 6 feet tall and wide, so they have a really nice rounded, tidy habit. Traditional lilacs get a little crazy. You won't have that with the Bloomerang, so they fit really nicely in the landscape. You obviously cannot beat that fragrance, but the butterflies love it and it's deer and rabbit resistant, so that's an added bonus. You do want to make sure that you're planting in full sun. That's really going to give it the most bloom power. You just want to make sure you're planting these guys in full sun. And the other notable thing that I will mention is lilacs do not like wet feet. So you don't want to plant near a water feature or anywhere in the ground that holds a lot of moisture. Bloomerang lilac. Our final plant of the day is the At Last Rose. This one smells divine. You can see them all blooming here in front of me. The one that I'm holding is magnificent. I love these peachy blooms and they smell like a true classic rose. I don't know if you know this or not, but disease-resistant roses are really difficult to also be a fragrant rose. Enter At Last. It couples both of those things. So it's got that classic traditional fragrance that we love with the nice tidy habit, glossy green foliage, but it's very, very disease resistant. It's bred to be that way. You know, traditional roses, you have to spray and they as the summer goes on, the pests and all of those things. These were bred against that. So it's a super easy rose to grow and care for. You cannot beat the fragrance. You'll know it when you smell it. It's that nostalgic rose scent that everybody loves, but you can't beat one that's easy to grow and care for. It's got a nice tidy habit. You don't have to do much trimming. These seeds or the blooms keep coming without deadheading. Just a stunning rose. You will truly love it at last. That wraps up another week of great plants at great discounts. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something new or found something that you love. As a reminder, you can purchase as many as you want today at 30% off. We'll see you next week. Happy planting.